Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly forgotten why you're there? Or maybe you've misplaced your keys for the third time this week and laughed it off as just getting older. But what if these little lapses aren't normal aging at all? What if they're your brain's early cry for help? Dementia doesn't start overnight. It creeps in slowly, often disguising itself as harmless forgetfulness, mood changes, or confusion. In today's video, we'll uncover the 12 early signs of dementia you should never ignore. The subtle signals that most people miss until it's too late. From small shifts in memory to silent changes in speech, we'll expose how your brain begins to warn you long before diagnosis. Scientists say catching these red flags early can delay or even prevent cognitive decline. But here's the chilling part. Most people don't recognize them until their loved one has already slipped too far. Stay with me, because what you'll learn today might just save a life, maybe even your own. Let's begin with sign number 1. Short-term memory loss that goes beyond normal forgetfulness. Everyone forgets small things sometimes, like where they placed their glasses or what they ate for breakfast. But when dementia begins, short-term memory loss becomes more persistent and disruptive. A person might forget recent conversations, repeat the same question multiple times, or struggle to recall new information they just learned. The hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for memory, starts to weaken, making it hard to retain details from the past few minutes or hours. This is often one of the earliest red flags, and it's easy to dismiss as just aging. But if it keeps happening more frequently, it deserves medical attention. Sign number 2. Difficulty finding the right words. If someone often pauses mid-sentence, searching for simple words, or replaces them with odd phrases like, "that thing you write with," instead of "pen," it could signal the early stages of language-related decline. This symptom comes from damage in the brain's language centers, especially in the left temporal lobe. In early dementia, this difficulty grows worse over time. Conversations become frustrating, sentences trail off, and people may withdraw socially because they feel embarrassed. Sign number 3. Trouble planning or solving simple problems. Balancing a checkbook, following a recipe, or even keeping track of bills can suddenly feel overwhelming. This happens because dementia affects the brain's frontal lobe, which manages decision-making and problem-solving. A person might find themselves unable to follow familiar steps or making unusual errors, like forgetting to add key ingredients in cooking or missing important payments. Family members may notice increased confusion or anxiety when routines change. Sign number 4. Confusion with time or place. Early dementia can distort a person's sense of orientation. They might forget what day it is, get lost in familiar neighborhoods, or think they're living in a different year. This is not simple distraction. It's a breakdown of the brain's temporal awareness. A senior might wake up at night and believe it's morning, or fail to recognize their own home for a brief moment. These signs are particularly alarming and often signal that the brain's spatial and memory centers are being affected together. Sign number 5. Misplacing things and losing the ability to retrace steps. It's one thing to misplace your keys, it's another to put them in the freezer and then have no idea how they got there. People in the early stages of dementia often hide or lose objects in strange places. What's more concerning is that they may start accusing others of stealing, because they genuinely cannot recall their own actions. This misplaced suspicion often causes tension within families and should not be ignored. Sign number 6. Changes in mood or personality. The brain's emotional centers also begin to change early in dementia. A once gentle person may become easily irritated, depressed, or anxious without clear reason. Sometimes people experience sudden bursts of anger or laughter at inappropriate times. These changes aren't just emotional, they're biological. The frontal and limbic systems of the brain, which regulate impulse control and emotions, start malfunctioning. Friends and family might say, "You don't seem like yourself anymore." If this happens repeatedly, it's worth discussing with a healthcare professional. Sign number 7. Withdrawal from social or work activities. As communication and memory decline, many individuals begin avoiding hobbies, gatherings, or even phone calls. They may lose interest in things they once loved, gardening, playing cards, volunteering, because these tasks now feel mentally exhausting. Depression often follows, deepening the isolation. Recognizing this early is vital, because social engagement actually helps slow cognitive decline. Sign number 8. Poor judgment and decision-making. Dementia can cloud the ability to think rationally. A person might wear a winter coat on a hot day or fall victim to scams. They may give away large sums of money or make unsafe choices, such as leaving the stove on. This happens because dementia impacts the brain's prefrontal cortex, which governs reasoning. Loved ones often mistake this for stubbornness or carelessness, but it's actually a neurological change. Sign number 9. Difficulty understanding visual information. One of the lesser-known early symptoms of dementia involves vision and perception. People may find it hard to judge distances, recognize faces, or interpret images correctly. For example, they may see their reflection in the mirror and think another person is in the room. This occurs because the brain's visual processing areas begin to degrade, even if eyesight itself remains normal. These distortions can make walking or driving dangerous. Sign number 10. Changes in sleep patterns. Many people in the early stages of dementia experience restless nights, frequent waking, or daytime sleepiness. The brain's internal clock becomes disrupted, leading to insomnia at night and fatigue during the day. Studies have shown that sleep plays a critical role in clearing harmful proteins from the brain, like beta amyloid, a key marker in Alzheimer's disease. When sleep is disrupted, these toxins accumulate faster, accelerating decline. Recognizing and managing sleep issues early can significantly help protect brain health. Sign number 11. Loss of initiative or motivation. This sign often goes unnoticed because it can look like simple laziness or aging fatigue. But when a person suddenly loses interest in daily routines, stops bathing regularly, or neglects meals, it's often a neurological issue. The parts of the brain responsible for motivation and drive begin to malfunction. This condition, known as apathy, is extremely common in early dementia and often one of the most painful for family members to witness. Sign number 12. Difficulty understanding spatial relationships. Someone might misjudge steps, struggle to pour water into a glass, or bump into furniture. This happens because dementia affects the brain's ability to process space and movement. These small mishaps often lead to falls, a serious health risk for older adults. If you or someone you know is experiencing these issues more often, it's essential to take notice rather than ignore them. Now, let's pause and connect the dots. Dementia is not one sudden illness. It's a gradual unraveling of the brain's communication systems. Each of these signs, when isolated, may seem harmless, but when they begin to overlap, memory problems, confusion, poor judgment, and personality shifts, they paint a much bigger picture. The earlier these changes are identified, the better the chance of slowing progression. Doctors recommend simple steps that can make a real difference. Regular mental exercises like puzzles or reading, a nutrient-rich Mediterranean-style diet, daily walks to improve blood flow to the brain, and proper sleep hygiene. Studies also highlight the importance of maintaining social connections, talking, laughing, sharing memories, because social interaction stimulates the same brain regions that dementia attacks. If you start noticing 2 or more of these symptoms in yourself or someone close to you, don't panic, but don't delay either. Seek professional guidance. Early detection can help manage symptoms, provide access to better treatments, and preserve independence for longer. Remember, dementia's warning signs whisper before they scream. The tragedy isn't in getting old, it's in ignoring what your body and brain are trying to tell you. Now that you know the 12 early signs of dementia, let's talk about how to protect your brain and possibly slow or even stop its progression. The truth is, your brain is remarkably resilient. It can form new connections and repair itself when given the right tools. Doctors call this neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and heal. But to activate it, you must take care of 3 pillars: nutrition, mental activity, and emotional balance. Dementia may not have a complete cure, but studies show that up to 40% of cases can be prevented or delayed through lifestyle choices. That means there's still hope. And that hope starts with awareness and action. Let's begin with nutrition, the foundation of brain protection. The food you eat either fuels or fogs your brain. Diets rich in omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish like salmon and sardines, help reduce brain inflammation and strengthen the neuron connections responsible for memory and thinking. Similarly, antioxidant-rich foods, blueberries, spinach, turmeric, and green tea, help combat oxidative stress, one of the main culprits behind brain aging. The Mediterranean diet, filled with olive oil, leafy greens, whole grains, and nuts, has been proven to lower dementia risk by nearly 30%. On the other hand, refined sugars, processed foods, and trans fats act like poison to your brain, clogging blood vessels, increasing inflammation, and accelerating decline. One small change like switching from vegetable oil to extra virgin olive oil or replacing sugary desserts with fresh fruits can gradually protect your memory. Next, focus on mental exercise. Just like your muscles weaken without use, your brain loses sharpness without stimulation. Reading, solving puzzles, learning a new language, or even playing memory games all strengthen your neural pathways. Simple activities like recalling grocery lists, taking new routes for walks, or using your non-dominant hand occasionally challenge your brain and build cognitive resilience. Researchers from Harvard found that seniors who engaged in brain-stimulating tasks for 15 minutes daily showed significant improvement in mental agility within just 8 weeks. The key is consistency. Small daily challenges create massive long-term results. Physical activity is equally powerful. Regular movement increases blood circulation to the brain, ensuring oxygen and nutrients reach every corner. Even a brisk 20-minute walk improves focus and memory almost instantly. Exercise also triggers the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, often called fertilizer for your brain, because it promotes the growth of new neurons. You don't need a gym or intense workout. Gardening, stretching, or dancing to your favorite music can all do wonders. The goal is to stay active and keep your body and brain connected. But here's a factor most people overlook: emotional health. Chronic stress, loneliness, and lack of purpose are silent killers of memory. Cortisol, the stress hormone, shrinks parts of the brain responsible for learning and memory. That's why seniors who feel isolated are at a much higher risk of cognitive decline. Staying connected with family, joining a local community, volunteering, or simply talking to friends can act like medicine for your mind. Laughter and positive relationships help your brain produce dopamine and serotonin, chemicals that protect against depression and dementia. Sleep also plays a crucial role. During deep sleep, the brain clears out toxic waste proteins that build up during the day. Skipping rest or staying up too late robs the brain of its chance to repair itself. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. A dark, quiet room and avoiding screens before bedtime can make a big difference. Think of sleep not as a luxury, but as brain therapy. One of the most promising discoveries in dementia research is the link between gut health and brain health. The gut and brain communicate through a network called the gut-brain axis. Poor digestion, bloating, or chronic constipation may actually signal inflammation that reaches your brain. Including probiotic foods like yogurt, kefir, and fermented vegetables helps restore balance and may protect memory over time. Scientists now call the gut the second brain, and taking care of it can reduce the risk of neurological diseases. Finally, early detection and acceptance make all the difference. The moment you notice consistent memory lapses, confusion, or mood swings, talk to a doctor, not out of fear, but to take control. Modern therapies, brain scans, and lifestyle plans can help you live independently for many more years. Denial allows the disease to progress quietly. Awareness opens the door to healing. So, if you've noticed these early signs in yourself or a loved one, don't panic. Act. Your brain is still listening, still learning, and still capable of change. Every healthy meal, every walk, every moment of laughter adds life to your years and years to your life. Dementia doesn't have to define your future. Awareness, prevention, and consistent care can rewrite the story. Remember, the earlier you take action, the stronger your defense becomes. If this video helped you understand something new today, please share it, because awareness can save not just one life, but many. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful insights on senior health and longevity. Your brain deserves your attention. It's the only place you truly live.